How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Amoura with us, and they can say their names and what they do in the band.
All right, my name's Patrick. I'm the guitarist.
I'm Scott. I play bass.
I'm JR. I play drums.
Awesome.
Jesse and Mike going to be with us today.
Man, you know what? They were missing out on all the fun that we had just about 15, 20 minutes ago. But for those of you who don't know, we had some seriously technical issues, as you know, you are well familiar with on the channel. But I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of a backstory. So go check out Amoura, even more so now because of the technical issues, but also because they're a good band, and you're going to find out about how good of a band they actually are. So my first question, guys, how'd you start out Amoura? How'd you get your members?
Well, we started out about 2012. JR and Scott, they haven't been in for quite as long, but it really started out as we transitioned from a different band called Mickey Lane. Okay. We just kind of wanted to kind of be a little bit more mature with it. And we had me and Mike and Jesse have been in it since 2012. We've gone through quite a few member changes. Scott joined us in 2016.
Yeah, about 3 years ago.
And then JR joined us, was it 17?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
So they've been, we've all been together at least for, 3 years, 2 to 3 years.
And I've been playing shows with you for 10.
Yeah, we all knew each other from other bands.
Yep.
We've been playing shows with JR's old band for probably 10 years. Scott used to play over on the east side of the state, and he moved over here and it just worked out.
Yeah.
There we go. I always love that sort of backstory because I feel like I'm a music nerd and I enjoy like how bands kind of form and like, create music, and, maybe it might not be like the first iteration of Amoura, but how they kind of progress as the years go on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The origin story.
Yeah.
The origin
I always
story.
I always contribute like different phases of the band. Like we've had tons of different phases. I guess like the Marvel Cinematic Universe or something.
It's the Amoura Cinematic Universe. Maybe you'll go in depth on it when you have when you record a documentary on Amoura.
We should put that together.
It's like a Netflix series, like a mini series.
There you go.
Anything on Netflix.
All I'm saying is now I am contributing to it, so if you give me a little bit of royalties, that's all I really care about. Just send me a check in the mail or PayPal me, whatever you feel is in your discretion.
All right, you got it.
There we go. Awesome, guys. Keeping the music theme, what are some favorite venues you guys like to play at or catch a show at in your free time?
Pyramid Scheme in Grand Rapids.
That's
both attend shows and play at. That's probably everyone's favorite.
Super awesome.
I do like Mulligan's though.
Mulligan's is really cool.
It's fun. It's real. It's probably like, it's a tiny room. I think you put 50 people in there, it feels full, like 200. So
yeah, that's really cool. And then they just opened up a new venue in town called 20 Monroe, and that one's super cool. That's like a high-end one, but that one's super, super cool. That one's like just a fun one to attend.
Yeah,
but
I love going to shows there. Actually, all three of us just went and saw a show there.
Yeah,
like a month ago. Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon. That was a great one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how was that? That wasn't with I know that they did like 2 legs. I know they played like forever a little bit ago, and then they had like different bands. But I feel like this last one, I think they only had 1 band to my knowledge. I don't know everything, but I feel like
artist or something, right?
Yeah, that was just the one opener. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a rapper. His name was Scarlord, and he was super dope.
Okay.
They missed out on him. But
we were at the bar and we missed him. He's texting. He's like, "Yo, you gotta come check this guy out. He's awesome."
I was like, "He's sweet." Like I'm sitting there and like, he's almost like kind of like that new wave SoundCloud. Like I always want to. No, I would say like closest thing would be like XXX. Is it Tentacion?
Yeah.
He's closer to that, and like I wasn't really expecting to go there and like him, but as soon as the bass kicked in, I was like, oh my god, like I was so mad. I was like, Scott, JR, where are you guys? This is so sweet. And they're like, no, I'm like, dude, no, for me, no.
They're like, oh man, they're like that that one scene in like what is it, Pulp Fiction, where he's like looking around, like, you know, like this was the guys just like looking around. They're like, oh, music, right? Music.
Basically. I know the dude next to me was like, he was not feeling it. He was like, who is this guy? Why is he playing? I was like, I don't know, man. He's sweet.
Maybe
no, it was awesome.
Maybe he just wasn't about the rap, you know. That's kind of like, I mean, that would be the last. Actually, that probably wouldn't be the last person I would think of to be with Bring Me, but like,
yeah,
it wouldn't be on my list of like, yeah, that's the band that I think Bring Me the Horizon is gonna bring out with them, is like a rapper.
Yeah, it was sweet, and his DJ was like his pants were flooding, like he was just like this really like looking dude.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like, he was flooding, like, you know, his
High waters.
Pissing himself?
no,
High
they didn't go all the way to his shoes.
Oh,
Like his
you
pants
mean
were
like crop pants?
Yeah.
They were like really high up, like it was sweet. Like
I don't know the lingo.
I
I'm
didn't
old. I'm the
know what
grandma.
he meant either, so I was completely out of it.
yeah, like flooding's like when your pants go.
High waters,
Yeah,
we called it when I was a
high
kid.
waters. Yeah.
Okay, now it's coming together a little bit. I was like flooding. I was like, I feel like I'm pretty decently stylish, but I was like, what? I'm like, what is flooding? Like, I'm like, is this a new
90%? 90% sure Patty just made this up.
No.
So
It's gonna be the new lingo.
It was
there we
kinda,
go.
Patrick, you better be flooding at our next show.
It was never really like a cool thing. You know? Like, it's not like it was like a hip thing to do. Like you saw someone whose pants were too short and just looked like he didn't have like correctly fitting pants.
You're gonna
It's
name one of the new
cool.
songs "Flooding."
New song is flooding. That's it.
I love it. We just gotta talk Jesse into
Now
it.
they're gonna find out the like story behind flooding is that you did a wonderful interview with Audio Addiction, and you're like, we came up with a new song title. It's called Flooding.
I mean, Jesse does have an alter ego when we're having some fun, and he does tend to bust out some rap.
He does like to rap. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. No.
Depending on how many White Claws there are.
Oh yeah.
Awesome, guys. Next question. I'm gonna skip over the one that you kind of already answered. So, what are some of your musical influences? Who do you guys draw from?
I've always been heavily influenced by Misery Signals, even since before I started playing music. That's a big one for me, especially with the more melodic side. Yeah, that's a big one for me. And Slipknot for the more aggressive side. Those are kind of my two big ones.
Before I got into metal, I was into like the Southern Cal, like stoner funk rock. Like Incubus is my all-time favorite. Yeah. So Incubus was one of my biggest influences growing up, but once I got into like the post-hardcore, metalcore stuff, it was definitely Under Oath was the first album I was ever given in the scene.
That was a big one for sure.
More recently, I've been listening more into like the Australian metal bands, Northlane, Thornhill, a lot of the off-time stuff.
Make Them Suffer.
Make Them Suffer.
That was going to be. I love what they do. But yeah, I don't know. Australia, they're on a whole different like.
They are. I mean, like you look at the United States for metal, it's just a lot of pocket drumming. For example, like obviously I listen to drums first, but it's just a lot of 4/4 great stuff, and they just do a lot of off-time key changes and time signature changes that I think are really, really fascinating. So it's definitely a lot that you can bring. Well, we're more of a 4/4 band as it is, but we've tried to break away from the typical mold of verse, chorus, breakdown, whatever. Just trying to mature the sound a little bit, and listening to outside influences like that tend to be a good creative outlet to look towards.
Yeah, I'm excited for Northlane's new album.
So good.
The two new tracks, Talking Head and Bloodline, I believe, they're just nuts. Like they had definitely, I was saying, like, they kind of have that, like, heavy aspect, and they also kind of remind me, and this isn't a diss on them, but, like, kind of remind me a little bit of, like, Nine Inch Nails, like, what he, like,
totally.
Trent Reznor, like, does, like, with the sort of electronics and, like, industrial sound. That's, like, one thing that, like, I picked up from, like, the last record that I feel like they didn't play up enough for this one, just is, like, shaping up to be great. So I'm excited.
Dude,
Talking Heads has that big industrial feel to it.
Total sidebar. There's a podcast with an interview of the dude from the singer from North Lane.
Marcus, yeah.
Marcus, yeah. It's the Shane from Silverstein, his podcast.
Oh, tight. Lead singer, fantastic. Shane.
Amazing.
Sometimes if Shane, somehow you just, like, are scouring the internet for, like, new bands, first of all, have Amoura on, but secondly, like, his shit is so good. Like, he started doing it, I think, after I started doing, like, YouTube and stuff, but, like, I've been following his stuff ever since, and, like, it's just awesome. Like, he does a fantastic
and he's not
job.
shy about questions.
Exactly. So, but I also, like, I was listening to a lot of your stuff, and I actually, ironically enough, found out about your stuff through Dreambound. Shouts to Dreambound. I love their,
sweet.
All of their bands are just, like, fantastic. They do a great job of curating that sort of stuff. But, like, even before I, like, ever interviewed you guys, which is now currently, but I felt like you definitely had to, like, make them suffer, and they're, like, one of my favorite bands. They've easily grown, like, top the ranks of, like, bands that I love now. But, like, you definitely had that, like, make them suffer. Like, I felt like a little bit of, like, Alaska vibes in there, and, like, older,
We've heard that.
like, post-hardcore sound. I feel like a lot of bands, not necessarily straying away from, but I feel like aren't brought up enough, and it's, like, cool to hear that sort of melodic tonality, because I feel like bands are just going, like, straight heavy, like, more towards, like, hardcore, which isn't bad, because I do like that sort of stuff. Like, Gideon is one of my favorites too, but like, I feel like what you guys are doing are kind of, like, ride the line between, like old school post-hardcore and kind of like what, like you were saying earlier about Australian bands bringing in, like, kind of a different flavor to metalcore. I definitely 2 thumbs up approve of the shit that you guys are doing right now. But definitely something I feel like I had to say, because I feel like it is, you know, something that maybe was, like, understated in, like, some of the comments, because I read the comments of, like, other people's songs, and I'm like let me see what they think, and let me see if I can, like, kind of hear the comparison. I'm like, yeah, I could hear some of the stuff that they were, like, commenting on.
We always get Eye of the Breather.
I was gonna say, do you feel like the comparison is just, like, the people that, like, when you see, like, comments on YouTube and you post, like, a song, do you feel like the comments are, like, pretty accurate?
Yeah, and you know, some of our songs sound different. So, like, in those comments, like, we get, like, different band comparisons. Like, I think it was back then that held the Alaska.
I mean, maybe it's just because I never, like, I never listened to Alaska until someone commented that.
Yeah, same.
And then I listened to it, and I was like, yeah, I really liked it, but I didn't hear the similarities. And maybe it's just because I didn't listen to them, you know, like, when you actually sit down and listen to a full album, and I was thinking one single, maybe 2 singles that I listened to, but we got that one a lot, and I was like, man, I just don't see it. But
Make Them Suffer was one.
Yeah, we did get Make Them Suffer before, though, and I mean, that's one of my favorite bands. Like, they just.
Funny enough, though, on the Eye of the Breather note, Jesse did an Eye of the Breather cover once, and someone said that it was totally dubbed over, but it wasn't. His scream was just great.
I mean, I feel like that's got to be, like, a compliment, because I mean, I liked Eye of the Breather back when they were doing stuff too, but, like, you know, you have to imagine, like, I always think, because I'm not in a band, I've never been in a band, but, like, I can imagine from, like, a pedestrian standpoint, it's like, you know, when you get a comparison, it's like, you know, do I feel like if I heard somebody say, like, I think you sound like this person, you know, insert name, like, I feel like I would be like, I don't know, or like, yeah, that's like spot on, like sort of stuff. Like they were saying, I saw one comment where some guy was saying like your screams kind of sound a lot like Sean from Make Them Suffer, and
Yeah.
I was like, and it kind of like in a way like kind of like warped my perspective, because I was like, I don't like, at first I was like, I don't hear it, and then like as I was like listening to the song I was like, no, it's starting to sound more like him, and that's weird. Like I read it, I saw it, I heard it, and I was just like, this is so weird to me. So I couldn't even imagine like if you're listening to your songs like so many times that you're like, I do kind of a little bit kind of sound like him.
Yeah, like Jesse with both Ida Breather and Make Them Suffer, like he does sound so similar to them. And like the first song I ever heard from Make Them Suffer was Widower.
Nice. Yeah.
And like Jeff, that was a couple years back, it must have been, I think 2012, 13. But Jesse used to actually record with this one guy, and this dude was like so good, like just he could write any instrument you want, just program any drums, like whatever. He'd get with Jesse and they'd come out with something new. And I was like, yeah, this is Jesse's new, like this is Jesse. And our friend William was like, this is sweet, dude. This is awesome. And like, dude, he sounds just like him. And I think I feel like if any comparisons get made, it's really, really about Jesse and the vocals.
Yeah, a lot of vocal comparison comments.
Yeah, I mean, Jesse, I've always said he's been my favorite, like, in the local scene for years. So like, I'm beyond privileged to have him in the band. It's awesome.
I never really, before joining, I was a super fan. I was like, man, I love Amoura, and we were all buds, but I never took the time to really listen to Jesse's lyrics. I just looked at him as an entertainer, and he was so good. But then once I started writing music with him and seeing the lyrics and reading them along while listening, it started giving me chills and really acknowledging his lyrical abilities as well. So it, like Pat said, it is kind of a privilege to have such a gem like him.
Yeah.
Mike actually said that's the only reason he joined. So like, yeah, I wish he could have been here.
I just came for the beer and the bitches.
That's Mike.
Funny thing.
I was gonna ask Jesse how much he paid you guys to say that. So it was really nice. No, I was just kidding. I feel like that was a very, very dig for somebody that I've just met over the internet. So don't take it personally. I just thought it was
His name is Spacebar because half the time he doesn't show up to practice, so we joke we're gonna replace him with the Spacebar.
Listen, you gotta have balance to both. So I like that you guys just say really nice shit about him and then just like let him have it. When it happens.
Yeah. I think I tell Jesse about every single time I see him. I'm just like, dude, I just want to punch you so bad. I remember after the Back Then video, we got done filming Back Then, and we went to a restaurant, and like we're walking out of the restaurant, and I just turn around and just like uppercut as hard as I can. I don't mean to actually hit him, but I literally came like this close to like uppercutting him.
I missed that.
Yeah, me, Mike, and Jesse, and like we both just start laughing so hard because like he knows I was not going to do that to him, but it was just about there. And
You probably had it coming.
he said anything too. He's walking right behind me. Turn around, just an impulse. I would have felt so bad if I actually hit him though.
I mean, just you telling that story, I would have been like, ooh, if he actually like hit him, I'd be like, ooh, that's rough. That's
Ooh, yeah, I don't know about Amoura anymore. They beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. You're really killing it on the publicity standpoint. I'm sure your publicist is real happy. James, shout outs to James, is real happy about us talking about all of you beating each other up. So I'm just gonna say, James, that's all my fault. This is my fault because I kind of spurred it a little bit. So if you want to take blame, feel free to send me a very nasty email. But anyway, guys, reeling it back in because we really took it off the rails, but that's what I'm about here on Audio Addiction. So, who have you been jamming? Who have you been spinning lately? Who's on your Spotify? Things of that nature.
Scott, you just told me you were spinning something.
Oh yeah, I cannot quit listening to the most recent Paramore album. That like super poppy one.
Oh,
that one's just been
after laughter.
Yep, yeah, that's probably the only thing I've listened to for like a week and a half now. that one's been a big one for me recently.
Okay.
Other than that, Architects for sure. I just saw them, so I've been like just jamming them like crazy. Yeah. Show that was amazing.
Had you seen them before?
I had never seen them before. I had never seen It Was While She Sleeps, The Artist Murder, and Architects. I had never seen any of those bands, and I was so excited. It was just start to finish, awesome show. Just blew me away. How great they sound live, just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've yet to see them.
They're good. I've been listening to obviously the new Northlane like we talked about, and then the new O Sleeper. I was a huge O Sleeper fan as a kid. So
yes, that's coming out very soon. I think
August.
I didn't realize they had new stuff coming out.
They have 2 new songs out right now.
Nice. I'll have to check that out.
They're dope.
Good. They're very good. Yeah.
They're old like me, except older.
I think they're like I feel like not a lot of people talk about them. They're just an underrated metalcore band.
They still
yeah, they did.
They stopped touring for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Check them out. Oh Sleeper.
I was supposed to go see them in April, and I got really, really sick. I had like 104 fever, and so
yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Well,
I played a show with them once.
If you want to come to Philly, I think they're playing. I think they're playing like either next month, I think in July or something like that. I'm excited. Like I've seen them. I think maybe once, but it's been a very long time, and the new tracks are just awesome. So I'm excited to see them. They're gonna be in like a tiny room. So I'm excited. It's just gonna be chaos.
There was a 120 room we played.
Oh wow,
it was little.
Wow. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'll have to. Yo, what's up?
What are you been listening to?
Oh, I was listening to the new old Sleeper thing. I was gonna save them. Bill Murray's new EP.
Oh yes, I was hoping somebody was gonna say this shit. Thank God.
Yeah. It's so good. Like he just does some really creative stuff.
I'm looking forward to the new the March Ahead that he has.
I never listened to that. Like
so good.
That's so good too. Oh shit, man, we are just killing it.
Man, I can't remember like what song it is on that EP.
All of it.
Honestly,
so good.
all of it's so good. But there's like he's got like so much like just like there's like that one part in the song which is like oof. And I'm just like, yeah.
Is Bill Murray coming through here?
Yeah. No, this month. It's the 27th.
Okay. Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Yeah.
He doesn't travel farther out than I think like middle PA, and I'm like closer to Philly, and I've been like dying to see him live. Like, and it's frustrating.
Pennsylvania is the worst state in the world to drive through.
Yes, Pennsylvania is rough.
It's the worst. I've never driven through Nebraska, but I've been through some doozies, and Pennsylvania sucks.
Yeah, Bill Murray show will be sweet. Yeah, Johnny from Bill Murray, he's done a lot of work with Lee, who produces our band, and his band and Bill Murray are playing together. So that'd be a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be one.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Banger.
Yeah, and Lee's band Seraphim is like hella underrated too. If somehow you guys watch this too, Seraphim, like we've been trying to set something up for like probably for the better half of like 6 months or more. So just come on, like DM me something, like it needs to happen because you guys
do it,
awesome.
Leland.
Dude, I mention it to Lee.
Yeah, we'll tell next time we're in the studio, we'll be like, Lee, you gotta do this.
Do it. Just come on, Lee. That's even if it's just Lee, I don't care. Like if everybody else comes, it's cool. But if I know it's been like hectic for them, so I figure I'd put it out in the ether now for everybody to see.
There we go.
I'll mention it to him for sure.
Awesome, guys. Next question, a fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Oh man.
Walk by Pantera.
Ooh, classic. Classic. Okay.
I wanted to do that one for a long time. That's for sure.
I'm gonna kind of go back to touch on what Scott said earlier. It's a Paramore song, and you can laugh at me all you want because I like Glittery Vampires, but Decode by them is one of my all-time favorite songs.
Oh, it's so
It's
good.
from the Twilight.
Yep.
It's so good. That's like that
but it is
video.
great. That's a fantastic top. I think that's in my top 10 Paramore tracks for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one. That'd
Seeing
be
that
fun.
video is what made me want a Truth drum set, and then when I got, I was like, oh, I have not to.
Pat?
What about you?
Me. It's gonna sound really weird, but "Dancing in the Moonlight" by King Harvest.
Interesting. Okay.
Don't even know it.
If you heard it, you would know it. I don't know what it is like, but I love that song.
I feel like you guys could do it. It would be. I would be more curious on like. Yeah.
Don't play that, Patrick.
You gotta check it out. It's like from like
Just text it to me.
It's from
It's okay. Listen, if I don't make shit from YouTube, shouts to YouTube. I make zero money from you. So you can do whatever you want. I don't care. I'll probably get copyrighted for that millisecond of that song. So thanks to the YouTube algorithm. I don't care. I legitimately don't care. I think it's hilarious. Like whenever bands are like,
You're just wired internet.
my favorite thing is whenever I have bands on and they they're hesitating to curse, and I'm like, just say it. Like I don't like I make this much money, YouTube. So thank you for supporting what I do and being a creator. So I'm not trying to definitely starting beef with YouTube. Anyway, next question. What you could say?
Oh, I was just gonna say you can bleep it out if you want. You can just put
I-
like subtitles like "Patrick the Dumbass" or something. Like,
But I think it's funnier that it's just left in because most people are just gonna be like, well, why don't you just like bleep it out? And I'm just like, I'm just too lazy. Like, I don't care. I've been doing this for 3.5 years. I just don't care. If you want to support me in another way, like there's plenty of other ways where I can at least make some semblance of money. So, but
fair enough.
anyway, guys, another fun question: favorite food to eat?
Ooh.
Tacos.
Scott and I do Taco Tuesday together almost every Tuesday in the summers.
Yep.
I'm coming over next Tuesday, guys. So
Do it. It's a great taco stand right by my house.
Before you guys said tacos, the thought crossed my mind of tacos.
Well, I do have a burrito bowl in the back.
Yeah, that could be it. JR just had Qdoba before this, so like you couldn't have like Mexican food on our mind.
Yeah.
I could eat Mexican food.
That and then I'd say collectively as a band, that's my dog barking. But after every show we hit up Steak and Shake, so that's like a band together meal.
That is like a
Except I can't eat anything there anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. But
Unless they get an impossible, then I'll be.
it was Steak and Shake.
I'll still go, but I won't eat anything. I'll water in a minute.
Awesome, guys. Next question. Keeping it more music related, reeling it back a little bit. If there was somebody you could collaborate with, whether it be a guest vocalist on your next record or a producer you'd like to work with in the future, who would it be?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a really good
Thank you.
I would love to work with one of the Wentworth brothers from Our Last Night.
Oh, yes.
They've been one of my favorite bands for over 10 years now, and they do all their own self-production and tracking. I think they send it to someone to master, but their abilities in songwriting are just unbelievable, and their dynamic range vocally and musically has been one of my favorites. And I know Trevor does guest vocals. I don't know if Maddie does anything, but I've talked to Trevor a couple times over the years. Super nice guys.
I think it'd be sweet to get Jeremy McKinnon doing some production work, because I know he's been producing a lot of bands, and like especially some heavier bands. I think having him come in to do some production would be just a totally different view of the band. That'd be pretty fun.
That would be cool. That was a good one.
I'd probably say like
Kanye.
Yeah.
Kanye.
Shout out. I mean, that kind of does. I would like to do something more like.
Sorry,
Leo was just dragging his
my
ass.
dog. Yeah, my dog's doing dumb stuff over here.
Honestly, like I don't want to get another guest vocal from someone outside of like the metalcore scene. Something like just like
Dude, Tillian.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Tillian, I do love his voice.
Or even Bradley from Amoura.
That would be sweet.
Oh, okay.
I remember in February, and I was getting off the airplane. I was just waiting for my luggage, and I see these dudes like walking around in ST Start for people.
Yes.
I'm old. I break things down. Start close, and I see like Road Kid. And like who you is? I like casually stroll by, and I see Amoura. I'm like, oh, sweet. What are you guys doing here? Start chatting them up. They were there for one day, so I was like, I'm a photographer on the side, and I was like, hey, can I come shoot your show? They're like, yeah, dude. Hung out with Amoura in Hawaii.
Yeah, that would be really cool for Bradley Wheaton.
Dude, his vocals live are right like the record.
We'll just add him on Twitter, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah,
that's how it
I
usually
like that
works,
idea.
right? I mean, come on.
Yeah,
That's how,
we're gonna go.
that's
What the retweets and then we go.
One of us has got to become verified. Then we'll follow him, and he'll be like, "Wow, this person's verified." And they're like,
Yeah,
and then
probably.
there you go. Got it. Well,
Scott from Twitter.
I am.
Whoa.
for those of
I'm
you
on
who
Twitter.
watch this, you just have to retweet it, you know? So just let it happen. And if you want to see the Amoura collaboration, like, let them know.
Yeah.
He is from Michigan too, so
Yeah.
he worked at the Crowfoot.
Yep, you
Oh.
probably know Scott X Schechter too.
That's a nickname for Scott.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
ready to go.
Well,
Just
if
look
I
it up.
if I ever meet Scott, then I will definitely try to remember that in my 26-year-old brain. So
Sounds good.
awesome.
Scott.
Next question, guys. Another music question. If there was another musical instrument you could be super proficient at, what would it be?
Violin.
Ooh, tight. Okay.
It's not too far off. It's at least, but I love violin.
Probably drums. I had a kid when I was a kid and a teenager, and I always tried to play, but man, I sucked. But I would love to play. I'd love to be good at drums.
There's a hand-eye foot coordination.
I can't do
you're
it.
bad.
Everything starts to move together. I'm like,
Yeah.
There with kicks.
so yeah, I'd love to play drums.
I would love to play bass. I played like a little like acoustic pop thing probably like 8 years ago. I didn't know the notes that I was playing. My buddy just said, play this, this is that. I'm like, okay, I just memorized what I had to play. I really just want to dance around and do a guitar throw, man. Like, it'd be so cool.
I'll teach you.
I can't do things on drums. Like, I can but then I feel like a douche because I feel like it's just really douchey.
I mean, at that point, it'd just be like knocking all of the kid over. And do you really want to do that? I mean, I wouldn't, because I know how much money goes into a drum kit. So,
Just let.
I don't even play it. I don't even play it in practice, man. It sits in cases. I have a shitty kit to play at practice.
That's unfortunate. I also can agree with your sentiment on playing drums. I play guitar, so my hand-feet coordination is booty. So I will not do that. But however, I feel like I can make up for that by being a sick air drummer in my car and scaring everybody that passes by me when I have make them suffer blasting throughout my windows outside my car. Just so everybody knows.
Dude,
that I'm a hard-ass boy.
I'm a phenomenal air drummer. I'll tell you that much.
I am. I think the best not drummers are air drummers. So, just saying. Fantastic. Awesome, guys. Next question, my personal favorite one because I'm a huge nerd, so I love asking it. If you could be a video game character, who would you be?
Batman.
Ooh, that was I didn't even finish it, and you were already I already know my answer.
Yep.
Probably Master Chief.
Ooh, classic. Okay. Okay.
Master Chief. I mean, that's can't really beat that.
You're right.
That's a tough question. I don't know, man.
Mario or some shit.
I was gonna say my backup is Luigi for sure.
Oh yeah, the underrated.
Wait, no, I'm
of the
gonna
brothers.
change my number to one of the Pokemon trainers.
Oh, you asked the right person because let me see if I can. Like I said, I got a new computer, but like I don't know if you can see all this.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, I mean, Master Chief involves a lot of war and stuff. But man, I'd love to just go around and catch Pokemon. Yeah,
but Pokemon beat the shit out of each other. So
Peter's not really happy about it, but you know, it's okay. They're not real, so I'm pretty sure they can live with that.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds will live.
The other night, it wasn't. Never mind, I didn't do that.
Awesome, guys. Next question, keeping it music related as well. If you could compile a dream tour, who would be on the lineup?
Oh man,
I
knew
know
it was
for a
coming.
different one.
I feel like that's
including or like to
absolutely.
Go see.
Why would you not include yourself? I always like people. I'm gonna go on a rant for like a hot second. I don't know why. Whenever I have bands on, they're like, "Yo, I got a dream tour, but like, are we on it?" And I'm like, "Why wouldn't you be on it? Like, that's like, I feel like that's rhetorical, you know? Like, I mean, you wouldn't be like, like I'm just gonna sit on the sidelines and just like watch everybody else play, you know?"
Dude, I mean, like
Make them suffer.
Metallica, Slipknot, Misery Signals, and us.
Wow, that's
we totally fit that bill.
Dude,
that would be so tight.
That'd be sick. I'm down. Let's do that. Let's tour with Metallica.
All right, if we're going that route, I'm gonna throw on some Foo Fighters, Under Oath, Pearl Jam.
Oh, I forgot about Pearl Jam. There we go.
And I'm out.
Okay, Pat, what are you gonna add to the Amoura festival?
We'll make it a fest. There
we go.
On a real note, make them suffer. Like them, Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh, okay.
Who else? I want at least one more band. We'll stick to those two right now because I can't think of. I know there's another one. I'm trying to, but
I would love to play with Northlane.
Northlane would be sweet.
I mean, now it's starting to sound like
specific.
This is actually starting to sound like a realistic festival that might be happening in Europe this summer. Like,
that's usually the case.
Like they have like just the wildest lineup of
they
bands.
do.
It's awesome.
As long as we're opening for Kanye, I'm good.
There we
Bingo.
go. Ye is headlining. All right, we got it.
Metallica, Kanye, co-headliner.
And then they're in contract of like explicitly they have to do like one collab track. So Metallica, Ye, you know, just saying. I got it. You know, if you guys like, if whoever's setting this up out in the universe, like, feel free to slide into both Amoura's and my DMs. You know, we'll get it happening. Hope you guys are stoked. Festival tickets coming. Links in the description in 2022.
Ja Rule, dude.
Ja Rule will be on that lineup. We're solidifying it tonight. So as soon as this interview's done, we'll get Ja Rule on. So hope you guys are stoked. It's going to be a great time, and Amoura is going to be huge.
I like that.
Awesome, guys. Next question. If we were talking about the sort of Dream Tour lineup, in your opinion, who puts on a great live show?
Bands that perform like their music well, like they sound good, but also are entertaining and have like I like big production.
I got you.
So like bands like Bring Me the Horizon, A Day to Remember, bands like that that are putting on like a concert and not just a show.
Yeah, the Steam Cannons are always a favorite of mine.
Yeah,
I've always wanted a lame venue. So,
but yeah, I mean,
they were not that cool.
Beyond the
it's gonna happen. You guys are gonna have it next time. I know it.
Yeah, but the big visual effects I think can make or break a show for sure.
Honestly, I think any band that you can just tell that they thoroughly enjoy what they're doing.
That's huge, yeah.
Like modern baseball, like I saw them at a festival, and they just like they just seemed like they loved every second of it, and that was years back. But they just always they didn't have all the theatrics and everything, but they were just having fun.
Yeah,
That's huge.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing that sells me.
That's why Mike and Jesse always have a beer.
Yeah, yeah.
They just
they gotta let loose, you know.
But that's what does it for me for sure.
Yeah.
Nice, awesome, guys. Next question, keeping it on the fun train. Favorite TV show, favorite movie.
The Office.
I knew where that was coming from. In The Office.
And my Wi-Fi network's under Mifflin. And then favorite movie is Talladega Nights, Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Oh yes,
Great movie.
classic.
Favorite show for me, Dexter, honestly.
Go on.
And favorite movie, oh man, it's hard to pinpoint. Probably because I quote it so much with all of my clients, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm just gonna go ahead and say Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
That's great.
I mean, I'm a huge Batman nerd. Like, it's disgusting how much of a Batman nerd I am, but I quote Jim Carrey movies on the regular.
It's a problem to have, though.
Favorite show, The Office, for sure. You can watch it over and over and over again.
True.
Favorite movie would be What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh,
Never heard of it.
Okay.
I
like it.
It's hilarious. It's like a mockumentary about vampires.
I'm into it.
It's pretty fun. I started watching it. It's pretty good.
It's hilarious. Every line in it is a zinger.
There we go, guys. Next question. If you were trapped on a desert island and there was one album you can bring with you for the next month, what would it be?
Oh, man. Boys Night Out, Trainwreck.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I like it.
Interesting.
I can listen to that front to back. Like that, I can just, I used to listen to that so much, just nonstop. So that's a big one. I could probably listen to that for a month. I'd probably be really sad for the month, but
for some reason, Boys to Men.
No. Boys Night Out.
I don't know. Like when you said boys, just Boys to Men went straight to my head. That's why I was like, whoa.
I don't think I've ever listened to more than one Boys to Men song in a row, so I don't know what Oh boy. They're both on their phones scrolling through their iTunes.
I know what it is.
I know exactly what
I just don't remember the name of the album. Haven't Been Myself by Too Close to Touch.
Oh, dude.
I'm into that album.
Yeah.
It's got all the emo boy feels, and that's totally me. I'm sad boy.
Oh, it's great. That's a great one.
I've cried listening.
And then I'll
Peripheral.
Peripheral Vision by Turnover.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's my alarm clock in the morning.
Oh, that's great.
Love it.
Mine's like the most loudest sound you could possibly think of. Like, you would think like nuclear fallout would have happened, and I would still be fast asleep like a baby. So I need that, because if I don't, I'll probably like pass out.
Same here.
Anyway,
Honestly,
guys.
I hear moving floor and I wake up.
Yeah, my phone vibrating wakes me up.
No, that can't. That won't work. I'll just be like, oh man, I'm getting a massage now. Like, this feels great.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't want to get up. Awesome, guys.
Oh,
well, the last thing, tell them about your band Amoura, where you can find you at, and anything coming up in the next couple months.
Yeah, all social medias at Amoura Band. We also have amouraband.com, and then
merch on there.
We just put a merch store on there too. So go buy merch.
Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube. We're on one of our videos is on Dreambound's channel. The rest can be found on our page.
Yeah, so all streaming services, and then we have a new single coming out within the next month. We're just solidifying the final release date, and just finished all that up. But within the next month for sure, and then another single coming later in the summer.
Yeah, we got 2 singles that we're just sitting on for the moment. So, and then we'll work on the EP.
Yep.
So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, first of all,
excited.
as I had mentioned before, shout outs to James. Don't hate on me too much. I just try to bring out the best in the fam. So I gotta ask those controversial questions like beating up your band members and all that sort of stuff. So shout outs to James, first of all. Secondly, check out Amoura because they're fantastic, and I've been a fan for a little bit of time now, so I feel like it is apropos that they're on the channel. Links are in the description where you can find out about their band, their music. Go check out their stuff on Dreambound, and also check their stuff out on their YouTube page. And if while you're there, go give them a subscribe as well, because I know how crucial it is, so go give them a subscribe as well. And if you enjoyed this interview, share it, like it, subscribe, tweet at Bradley Walden for that guest feature, and anything else. You can follow me on social media too as well, and I also have merch, and I'm not trying to like self-promote myself because this is usually the part I hate the most. So check out
like and subscribe below.
I want to see this video get to 1,000 likes. Oh my god, blow it up, or I'm gonna go eat a turkey leg or something. So anyway, go check them out. Please, really great band. Seriously, like legitimately great stuff. I always love having bands that are dedicated to their shit. So I feel like you guys are super dedicated to it. So go give them some love. And thanks to Amoura for coming on and chatting and just shooting the shit, man.
Yeah, this was really fun. Thank you for having us.
Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much, Brandon.
All right, guys. Hey, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, of course. If you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.